Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya and today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial. I haven't done one of these in months, but I'm starting a new series on my channel where I am doing makeup tutorials for you guys. Let's get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take this MAC Fix Plus spray and I'm going to spray it all over my face. Love to use the Fix Plus spray just to like start priming my face for everything. And if I want my face to last all day long, I'm gonna go in with the Urban Decay All Nighter spray right after that. And then dry it down with my fan. And all of the products are going to be linked in the description box below. They are affiliate links which help my channel. You don't have to purchase through the affiliate link, but I would definitely appreciate it if you guys would. I used two different primers. This is my OG. This is the MAC Time Check Lotion. This is like for my oily girls. This keeps you in check. And then I also have the Fenty Beauty True Matte Pro Filter Mattifying Primer. I prefer this one, but the Fenty one isn't bad. I feel like I'm trying to save the last little bit of this because I know I need to rebuy it, but I'm gonna use this one today. Yeah, I'm almost out. I'm basically out. The base that you set is super important. So you want to make sure that you've done your skincare, you've got your sunscreen on, your moisturizer, and then you want to come and start with your setting spray and your primer so that your makeup just lays on better. After that, I like to go into my brows. This is how I've been doing my brows lately. So I'm taking the e.l.f. Brow Lift. I'm taking this little like spatula thing that I got from them, which has a spoolie on one end and has this like flat piece on the other end. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip in to the product with the spoolie side. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to lift all of my brow hairs up. Just like this. And then I'm gonna take that flat side and I'm going to flatten my brows. So I'm just pushing them into the same direction, but I'm like flattening them. All of my brows are like super tame. That's the point of using the brow lift. It's just getting all of your brows into the right place, so it's a lot easier for you to fill them in. And then I take my OG, the Anastasia Brow Dip Pomade, and I take it in the shade Ebony. I'm gonna take this brush from Morphe, an eyebrow brush, and the other side is a spoolie Morphe E29 brush. Dip my brush into the brow pomade. I'm basically going to draw a line underneath my brow, following the line. So it's just one line here, and I'm not gonna start at the front. I'm gonna start in like around the middle. I'm gonna draw one line right there if you guys can see that. And then I'm going to draw another line on top. It's not like an actual line. It's like you're drawing the shape of your eyebrow. You're following the shape like that. And then all I'm doing from here is I'm just connecting the lines together. I'm drawing in between the lines, like connecting the lines together. I'm gonna take short sweeps so that I can just draw it on like this and really just like filling it in. Then I'm gonna take my spoolie and kind of like blend that out. My favorite hacks is to clean up my eyebrows with my foundation so that everything just like melts together and looks really good. Today I'm taking the Fenty foundation. I'm in the shade 430. So I'm just gonna do a little bit onto my hand. Take this flat brush from Morphe. This is the M432 brush. And dip my brush into the product. And I'm going to just try to clean up my brow. So I'm gonna go underneath and I'm gonna follow that natural line, but I'm gonna clean up the areas below it. Just like this. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go under, and I'm gonna really try to clean up this tail. Same thing to the top. Just going straight and then around my tail, and I'm just cleaning my tail up to blend around the foundation so that everything, you know, melts together. The name of the game is making it easier for you. So the reason why I don't use a concealer that's lighter than me is just because I want everything to look like very melted together, if that makes sense. I want everything to look good. Just take my beauty sponge. This is from the Morphe one. This is a really good alternative to Beauty Blender, but I'm just gonna take this sponge and I'm just going to tap it in. See the difference between this eyebrow, which is cleaned up, versus this one, which isn't. The last step of my eyebrows is taking this NYX brow glue, and I'm just using this to set my eyebrows. I feel like this locks them in place. Sometimes I'll just use this brow glue on its own, or like with a mascara, and then I'll be like done. So I'm going to brush my eyebrows diagonal again. And you guys see like how tame? Sometimes my eyebrows get a little like curly, and then I feel like, you know, they just don't keep the shape, but this really locks them in. Eyebrows are done, and now I'm gonna move to my eyes. Just doing casual makeup, I don't use an eyeshadow primer, but if I'm like, I need this eyeshadow to last me all day, I will use my eyeshadow primer. On a regular day, I'm just gonna take the rest of that foundation that's on my hand, and I'm just gonna take that right onto my eyelids. And again, I'm just gonna blend that with my beauty sponge. Yeah, we're getting real well acquainted. So if you didn't think we were friends before, we're definitely friends now. Okay, so this is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I feel like this is such a good eyeshadow palette for Black women, because I feel like a lot of these shades you can actually use, and there's so many palettes where I'm like, nah, you can't use them. Let me know if there's any that you want me to try and see if they're like Black girl approved, because I definitely will. Big hack that I do when I'm doing my eyeshadow is I'll grab a paper towel, and then before I use each brush, I will just like, you know, brush it out so that it gets off all of the color that I used before. The shade Puree, which is this shade right here, I'm just gonna tap it all over my lid. So I'm setting this foundation on my lid to make sure that it doesn't move as fast. Eventually it will move if you have oily lids, but I'm going to try to like prolong that as much as possible. I take this shade Summer Yum. This line right here between my lid and like my upper lid. This is the crease. When you open your eyes and you see like that little fold, that is your crease. That's where you want to apply your stew. So I'm going to apply my products right in here with this windshield wiper motion. I'm going to take a larger, fluffier brush, and I'm just going to blend that out by using those windshield wiper motions. I'm gonna take this Juvia's Place, the Nubian 2 palette. This is a Black owned business, which we love. And I'm gonna go into this shade right here, Morocco, which is like kind of this burnt orange color. So I'm gonna take that shade Morocco, and I'm gonna put it into the crease. And I have this like little smaller brush so that I can keep it really, really concentrated. So you see we're building up that color a bit more. And I'm just gonna tap it along the line of my crease like that. And then I'm gonna do those windshield wiper motions like that. It looks really good, but it's not blended all the way. So I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush that has nothing on it, and I'm just going to blend with circular motions. And so we still have the orange, but it's just a little bit more diffused. I'm gonna apply it right below the crease. So this area right here before the fold. And so I kind of have to like keep my eye open so I know where the fold is, and I'm just tapping it in. Now I'm gonna take my Star Glue. Y'all see how much I used of this. I'm gonna grab my lashes. I'm using these lashes from Amazon. These are considered to look like lash extensions. They do. I'm still testing out how much I like them. Like I do like them, but I think I need to like play with them a little more. So I learned this hack on TikTok, and I love this. So I'm gonna take this little brush, and I'm gonna dip into that eyelash glue. And what I do from here is I basically draw on the eyelash glue where I want my eyelashes to be. I'm gonna draw them super close to my lash line. I'm trying to avoid my lashes, but if they get on there, like, it's not the end of the world, but you do want to avoid them if you can. We're gonna wait till this turns clear. If there's any areas that are like a little chunkier though, they might not turn all the way clear. I'm gonna do the other side while I wait. So now it's clear. So I have my eyelash. I'm gonna look down into a mirror, and I'm gonna try to place it exactly where I want it. So I do the center first, and then I do my outer, and then my inner. And I've noticed, like, look, we're done. This makes doing your eyelashes so much easier. These eyelashes are a lot for me right now. I'm still figuring out how I feel about them. But It makes it so much easier. You don't have to deal with like the glue getting everywhere. The glue is going exactly where you want it to go, which makes life so much easier. And then you don't have to try to figure out when is it ready. And this is super important. You're going to try to mix your lashes with the fake lashes by pressing them together, and it'll dry. Okay, lashes are done. You guys see how easy that was? If you guys want me to, I'll do an entire tutorial on how to like apply your lashes, but I feel like this is like how, so you guys are getting like the sneak peek. But if you guys want a more in-depth tutorial, then we'll do that. Let's get into the base. If you had any glitter or anything that got underneath here, you're gonna wipe it up. And I don't have any that I'm like noticing that's super noticeable, so we're good to go. I'm gonna take this Fenty foundation. We're gonna pretend you guys are beginners. I'm gonna tell you like the best technique. Do I always do this technique? No, sometimes I play around with different techniques, and you guys will see that through my makeup tutorials that are like coming up in the future. So make sure you guys are subscribed if you're not subscribed. But we're gonna try this technique. This is like the safe technique. Okay, so I'm gonna take this foundation and I'm just gonna do, realistically, I do 2. You guys can start off with 1 if you want, and I'm gonna just do 2 little pumps. Just dab it all over my face. So I'm gonna dip my finger into the product and I'm gonna dab it all over my face. These little dots all over my face like this, and dab it on your neck. You guys are gonna think I'm sponsored by Morphe. I'm not. Hopefully one day. I do get their PR packages, but I'm not sponsored. So I'm gonna take this, the Morphe M6 brush. I really like this brush. So tap in those dots like this. So I'm not gonna drag it today. We're just going to tap it in. This is, like I said, the safe option, where when you do this, you know your makeup's gonna look bomb. This makes it so much easier to control how much product you're using and then like getting the most out of it. So I'm literally just tapping it in like this. And you can always just start off with 1 pump, do a layer, and then add more later if you want. I just know I typically do about 2, especially when I'm breaking out. On the neck, I'm gonna just drag it down. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm just gonna drag it down. Then I take a beauty sponge. Again, I'm using this one from Morphe, but I like the beauty blender. The safest choice is the beauty blender, the original beauty blender. It's $20, but you're gonna use it over and over and over again, and it works great. Okay, but I do like this one also. It just doesn't have the same wear life as the beauty blender in my opinion. So I'm just going to tap it in. There is nothing on this beauty blender. I'm just tapping it in because I feel like this is what just gives it that like flawless finish. I'm gonna take the e.l.f. I've been loving this concealer. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. It has a satin finish, and this is in the shade Deep Cinnamon. You wanna choose a concealer that's about 2 to 3 shades lighter than your foundation color, like lighter than what you actually are. And for the best results, you wanna make sure that it's the same undertone as you. So I'm going to take this, and this is my method of doing it. So I like to go underneath my eye like this, and then I like to kind of go out a little like that. Same thing. And I'm kind of like, if I have foundation, if I have eyeshadow, I'll just kind of like cut that eyeshadow real quick. Like that, so I can have a really clean line. Like that, and then I'm gonna do my nose down here like that. My chin's breaking out a little bit, so I don't want to do any more attention to my chin. Sometimes I'll go underneath and I'll do above my lip though. I have this new putty bronzer from e.l.f. I'm gonna take this brush. This is like not my favorite or anything. This is just a brush that I have. I'm gonna take this brush and I'm gonna go into the product, and I'm gonna put like a decent amount on here, and I'm going to tap it in to my skin where there's like a little clean area on my hand. And this is in the shade Sun Kissed. Kind of warm up that product, and I'm just going to tap it in to this area right here. So if you were going to go it'd be like up here, but we're gonna do it like in an upward motion like that, like that. Warm it up. Same thing, we're gonna hit it right here because we're trying to like lift everything. Same thing on the jaw, and then we're gonna do the forehead. One of the funnest things to do is to play around with blush. So we're actually gonna do 2 blushes today. We're gonna start with this one. This is the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Joy. Looking at it right here, you're thinking like, oh, is it actually gonna work for me? Like, is this black girl proof? It is. It's amazing. This is the Selena Gomez brand, and I am in love with their blushes, and I want to try so much from them. But this is very pigmented. So what I like to do is I'm gonna apply 2 dots right here. You see everything's going upwards, and the same thing here. I'm gonna take this brush right here and I'm just gonna tap it in like this. And at first you might thinking like, oh my God, that's a lot. That's what we're going for, okay? That's what we're going for. We're going for the blush look. What do you think this is? What do you guys think this is? You think we're here, we're gonna go small on the end? No, we're going big. We're going big. Blush brings out so much of your features. So we're gonna take it all the way up here. Like we're blending it up. And I like to do this before I blend out the concealer, just because it just, I don't know, it looks so delicious. It just looks so good. We're gonna blend that concealer into the blush. So I'm just going to tap it in like this. I've been loving this one. We're gonna use this one today because I've been loving this. Nana Brighten Baking Powder from Makeup Revolution, a very affordable brand. And I just tapped some of this. I know it's yellow. I know, it's okay. It's gonna be okay, I promise. Pour some of that product into the top. And so I'm gonna tap into here, and then I'm gonna like tap a little of the excess off. Be very careful. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look up. If anything has creased before, you just blend that in. And then I'm gonna look up, and I'm gonna go right under, and I'm gonna tap that in. I am not a girl that likes to bake. I am a girl that likes to set. I wanna set it exactly where I want it to be. And I definitely see like how it brightens. And then I'm gonna do the same thing to my nose, any area that I highlighted. My nose, sometimes I go around my smile lines, and then I'm definitely gonna do my chin. Even though I didn't brighten my chin, I'm gonna do my chin. Take this Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation from Fenty, and this is in the shade 420. And I'm gonna grab this really fluffy Real Techniques brush. Of course, everything will be linked. And I'm going to pick up some product, and then I'm going to avoid my under eyes, but I'm gonna go everywhere else, and I'm just gonna tap that powder in. And this is just gonna set everything. I'm gonna do my nose too, but I'm avoiding that under eye. I'm gonna get that forehead. This just really melts anything together. Okay, this is how you save your makeup. This is how you save, if anything went wrong, this is how you're gonna save it. Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics sent me this blush palette, and it's amazing. I highly recommend it for Black women. Highly, highly recommend. I've been waiting to use this orange shade for this video. So we're gonna take this shade, it's called Tea Room, and I'm going to tap into it, knock off the excess, and I'm going to tap my blush in like that. So pretty. Like I said, super pigmented. And I'm gonna get my nose. This is the trick right here. Get your nose. Get your nose. Get a decent bit of your nose. Take this highlighter. This is in the shade Iced. Y'all, look how, like, this is like stunning. Packaging is stunning. This is like really, really good. So I'm gonna take this little brush, and I'm gonna put it in my inner corner. So I'm gonna put it in the center like that. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of that windshield wiper motion right in the corner like that. Super pretty. Is it blinding? Yeah. Is it stunning? Yeah. Take that same highlighter, and I'm gonna apply it right here. And if you're ever like, where do I apply my highlighter? When you turn your head, you're gonna see like this natural like shine. That's where you're gonna apply it. So like right here for me. Gotta do the tip of the nose and right around here. Some people like to do their upper lip. I'm not an upper lip girl right now. Maybe one day I will be. Some people like to do underneath the eyebrows. I'm not that girl. Maybe one day I will be. Go into our sprays. Fix Plus spray, my girl. Spray that. The fan is necessary. This is the one, the all-nighter spray. And I'm gonna spray that. I want to show you guys a different lip gloss from EC Cosmetics, which is a black owned business. But yeah, why is it a cart? It's just I'm always using it, so I won't be showing you guys that today. But we're still gonna use a product from them. I'm gonna use this matte lipstick. I'm gonna take this MAC lip liner in Chestnut. This is just such a good brown lip liner. And I'm gonna line my lips. And I'm gonna take her liquid lipstick. It's like this really like pinky shade, pinkish nude. Like that. The last thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this Patrick Ta mascara, my lower lashes. I love the way that this look came out. Tell me in the comments, how do you guys feel about this look? Would you try out this tutorial and do you like this style on my channel? Let me just know your thoughts. Let me know if you guys have any requests for any other makeup tutorials, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye babes.